Okay, welcome to the July 6th chat. Matt is not here today, but he is going to be capably represented by Jessica. So we'll start off with Sharon Gouveia with an announcement. Sharon? So I'll skip to David Rosenthal and get back to Sharon afterwards. David.
Okay, I've been asked to just advise people who are having or about to have their mail forwarded to a vacation spot. There's a new system now in the post office that when you fill out a form, you do that the regular way. And when you get to your location where the mail is going to be forwarded, you have to make sure that you give them your ID and that they scan it on a computer in the receiving post office. If that doesn't occur, your mail is going to be forwarded to a transfer station and then sent back to Dedham and never delivered to you unless you do get your ID scanned. We've had this problem. I think that Jerry and other people, Terry, have had this problem down in the Vineyard. We had it up in New Hampshire. So if you are having your mail forwarded in the future, make sure that when you get to the receiving post office, they scan your ID into a system. It's a new ruling and it's causing all sorts of havoc and confusion.
Thank you very much, David. So I'll try again with Sharon Gouveia.
Can you hear me now?
No.
Okay, great. All right, thank you. The Hospitality Committee and the Community Life Team are once again joining forces to bring you a Saturday social on August 5th at 2 o'clock. The theme of this activity is, Where Am I? Sheila Pillay and Michael Ross have scoured the Newbridge campus to take photos of places that you see every day, but do you really notice them? We invite you to take a walk around our campus, inside and outside, to see if you can figure out what pictures you think will be shown on August 5th. See you then. Thank you, Jerry.
Thank you. Terry has her hand up. Go ahead. Unmute. I'll do it.
I'm trying to undo it. It won't undo. Okay.
You're all set. Go ahead.
So I just wanted to mention add to what David said is you have 10 days to do what he said. You can't just go to the post office whenever you feel like it. If you don't do it within 10 days, go and identify yourself, you can't get your mail. At least that's what the story is here.
Okay. Thank you. Christina Rice.
Hi, everyone. I have a couple announcements that I just want to make you aware of. First one being next Thursday on July 13th, we are going to have a walking tour of the trails. It's kind of the same idea as the walking tour of campus that Tara does and the kitchen tours that Chef does. It's just a way to help familiarize residents with the trails if you're not comfortable going alone or you just want to go for a walk. So again, next Thursday, July 13th at 10 a.m., we're going to meet outside the fitness center. I would say plan on walking for 45 minutes.
Program, so
Dress appropriately. Dress appropriately, wear proper shoes, make sure to have water, sunblock, a hat, and also bug spray because it can get a little buggy out there. But if you have any questions, you can feel free to call the gym and I'd be happy to answer them. Second to that, we recently reintroduced water aerobics back into our group class schedule. So we've had 2 classes. We're looking for some feedback around days and times that people want the class. So I'm going to be sending out a survey with some class times and just a few questions about what the class looks like and what people want it to look like. I will send it in the chat link in just a couple minutes after I finish talking. There will also be paper copies at the concierge desk with Joe and down in the fitness center if you are not interested in doing the electronic copy. But if you're interested in taking water aerobics, please be sure to fill out the questionnaire. And you have until next Thursday, so 1 week to answer those questions. And then lastly, North Hill, our friends over in Needham are having an issue with their pool. Actually less of an issue with their pool and more of an issue with their roof. And so as a result, they need to close their pool for, I think, another 2.5 or 3 weeks. So they reached out to us and asked if we would be able to host a couple of their residents twice a week so that they could use our pool. Right now, we're just waiting for some final paperwork. But if all goes according to plan, we're going to be allowing North Hill residents to use our pool twice a week for 2 hours. They will be under the supervision of one of their fitness team members. They will come over here by bus, use the pool for a 2-hour block. They will go through the front desk, have to check in the same way that every other guest comes through the building. They will sign our liability forms, follow all of our rules, our pool agreement, showers, all that good stuff. But they will be using our pool twice a week, Tuesdays and Thursdays from 2 to 4 p.m. I just wanted to make sure everyone is aware of that. Obviously, this is your home, this is your pool. You have first priority and preference, but in this time, I do ask that we refrain from planning on using the pool and allowing those residents of North Hill to use the pool during that specific time frame. And again, their pool closure is expected to only go until the 25th of July, so it's a very short time that they'll be using the pool. If you have any questions, you can always follow up with me or call the fitness center. Thanks, Jerry.
Thank you, Christina. Rona Goodman has a question.
Yeah, Christina, you look really good. You look like you lost weight. Anyway, she does. The pool, can kids from 12 to 16 use the pool? And if so, at what time?
So we don't have any restraints on kids using the pool, except for the fact that they must be potty trained and with an adult. Our pool policy is, as long as the resident is with the guest, nothing needs to happen. The resident can simply bring them. They can use the pool as long as, again, they follow our regular pool rules, no diving, no running, no communicable diseases, taking a rinsing shower, all that stuff. But other than that, the 2 times I ask you not to bring the children are during the North Hill visits and also during our water aerobics classes. But other than that, you're good to go. And bring your own towels, please.
You.
Thank you. Okay, Chef Eileen O'Donoghue.
Hi, everybody. Just a few things going on in the culinary world. First of all, next Wednesday, July 12th, we have our dairy night. And just to remind everybody that the dairy night is going to be in Great Meadow Hall. On next Monday, the Monday, the 17th, normally on the third Wednesday or the third Monday, we would have wind down. So it would have been on the 17th of July. We are looking to do the wind down a little different this month and to do it on the 18th, which is the next day. There's going to be some nice tasty goodies. But we're hoping to have you all join on the 18th for the wind down. It's a different date, so I just wanted to kind of give you the heads up on that. Also, our kitchen tours. We're going to send out a foodie this tomorrow in the foodie, a poster for more dates for the kitchen tours. This one in July will be on Friday, July 21st. It starts at 12. We usually finish around 1:30. We start at the central kitchen, then we go down to the Nosh kitchen, to the main kitchen, and then if you want, we can go over to assisted living. I would suggest, like Christina, it's a trail, so please bring your walking shoes because there's a lot of walking going on. But we're starting it right now for July 21st. First come, first serve, the first 10 people will be allowed, and then after that, then we have a wait list for the following month and so on. And you can register at the front desk at Joe Gonzalez. He will sign you up. And then finally, on July 30th, we are going to do, we are hoping to planning to do a barbecue / field day for our employees. Because of the pandemic, we couldn't have a Christmas party or anything to celebrate and honor our employees. So even last December, it was still, a little scary. So now we feel that we can do it. So what we are hoping to do is on Sunday, July 30th, we will have the Nosh Deli open till about 2:30. And we are looking to do the dinner that night in takeout, so we can have all our employees to go. You will have the menu well ahead of time. And next week you will have the menu, and then a few days before you will be able to order it, and then we will deliver it to you. All this information also will be in the foodie tomorrow.
So, thank you. We have a question from Elaine Candicksburg.
Thank you. What was the date of the wind down? I missed that.
The date will be Tuesday, July 18th.
18. Thank you.
Thank you.
Any other questions of Chef? All right, I guess we're ready for you, Jessica Coleman.
Thank you, Jerry. Good afternoon, everybody. I hope everyone had a good 4th of July holiday. I heard that even though we were rained in, the barbecues went well in Centro, and that the performance at nighttime was great. So I hope everyone got to enjoy that. As Jerry said, Matt is still on his very well-deserved vacation. He'll be back on July 12th. So if anyone needs anything in the meantime, please don't hesitate to reach out to me by email or telephone call. I also wanted to give a COVID update. I know recently we got rid of sharing that weekly, but I did just want to make everyone aware that we do have 2 COVID positive residents on campus who are quarantining. One of them had recently come back from vacation, so probably ended up testing positive there in our home now. Stan, I see you have your hand up.
Go ahead, Stan.
Oh, I was going to wait until she was done, but
That's all right.
I'm not sure who this question should go to. In the courtyard out here, there's a table in the middle of the courtyard. In past years, there's been chairs and an umbrella, and neither are showing this year. And I'm wondering who's responsible, and are we going to get one?
Hey, Stan, this is Fernando. I'll have that taken care of for you.
That's good. Any other questions, Stan? All right, go ahead, Jessica.
All right, great. I'm also sad to share the news that June Sparks, our Nosh manager, has made the difficult decision to take another opportunity. June has found something that really better aligns with his career path, and he's actually taking that position effective immediately. So I'm happy to say that even though he is no longer here with us, the managers have done a phenomenal job really stepping up. They all went to Chef Eileen, Patrick, Adriana, Rashawn, and really wanted to know how they could help. So Chef was able to give everybody some tasks that June was responsible for in the meantime. And if you have specific concerns about Nosh or any issues with Nosh, please either go to Carlos or go to Chef herself. All right. Also, some of you may have noticed driving in that there are new signs on Greystone Path that indicate the cottage numbers. Fernando and his team received some feedback that the numbers on the signs were too small and people were having a hard time visualizing them. So Fernando did go ahead and replace them all with larger print. So I'm hoping that we'll have people be able to move about the cottage community easier. Sid, do you have a question about something I've said so far?
I have 2 questions. One for any questions regarding the food announcements, the menus, all of that. Who should we send an email to? I think there was a mistake this week. I just send it to JJ and J. No,
Yeah.
none of them are here.
Yeah,
So,
so I would send an email to Carlos and Chef Eileen.
okay, okay, I assume that his email is available somewhere.
Yes.
Or- And with the numbers changed on the signs, I was wondering if the sign that I've been asking for, the placement to be changed, if that has been done.
I'm not familiar with that, Sid, so I'm gonna look over to Fernando for that one.
Which sign is that, Sid?
Oh, it's the one that's across the street from our cul-de-sac, 34, and should be outside the one across the street, but it's beyond, it's not in a good placement. There's a pole that's right at the corner. That would be an excellent placement so that when you come from either direction, you can see that the numbers are pointing to the cottages. The way it is now, you have to pass our cottage to get up the street before you can stop and see the numbers.
Yeah, and if you're coming the other way, it's way in front. I was looking at that the other day. We will be moving those. There's
Thank
2 of them
you.
on that pole.
Okay, thank you.
Okay,
All right. So also as theater goers are getting ready for a new season, we've taken the time and the opportunity to really review our transportation policy. In order to make this a seamless experience for everyone, the $12 fee for transportation is now going to be non-refundable. That comes after we've run into a lot of issues lately where 7 is the magic number of people that we need in order to book transportation. We've been getting 7 people to book. We have booked the transportation, and then the day of, we're having several people cancel. So an example is the last theater trip, we had 5 people cancel, and we ended up paying for the bus for 2 people to go. So going forward now, if you sign up for transportation, the $12 is going to be due when the transportation is booked. And lastly, for me, as a reminder, please continue to nominate staff members for the Newbridge Independent Living and Assisted Living Impact Award. As a reminder, it's a new employee recognition program to honor the impact of our staff that they have on all of us. There are nomination boxes and cards at the front desks in independent living and assisted living, along with the concierge desk in the community center. We're very excited because we actually have our staff employee town hall booked for Thursday, July 20th. And at that time, we're going to announce the awardees for April, May, and June. So we're excited to share the name of the awardees with everyone. In the meantime, every month, any staff that gets nominated by anyone, we actually have their manager write them a card. We give them a special treat, whether that be a cupcake or cookies, and their names also on the boards that are visible in the hallways. So really just encouraging people to keep up the momentum of recognizing our staff. We've been really doing a great job, and we're excited for the 20th.
okay. So we've finished rather early. Is there anybody has any other subjects they want to bring up before we say goodnight and see you next week? Okay, Stan Treitman, go ahead.
A question for Larissa. When are they going to update on the YouTube, the recent Residents Present? The last 2 or 3 aren't there yet, and I'm wondering when we might expect to see them.
Thank you, Stan. You know, sometimes it takes a little longer to edit and update it and download it. I know that Nancy is working on it, so I would say it's safe to say next week.
Okay, and David Rader, go ahead.
Hi, everybody. Just a quick, 2 quick things, actually, now that I know that we have the time. One is just a reminder for everybody to consider updating their profile on the Newbridge app, the Touchtown app, to include your hobbies. So I know a lot of you have taken on that task, but we still have a lot of room to grow there. So just a reminder that is really going to be a key way for residents to be able to connect with each other. So if you have done it, thank you, and please encourage other residents to. And just a quick thank you to all of the residents since I've started this new role as a new resident advisor, all of the residents who have helped out so much on tours, friendly faces, friendly hellos, having lunch with potential residents, showing their apartments. I can't tell you how important that is to our efforts, because the residents here are, I would say, our #1 asset. So next week, I'll be sending out some information and possibly sharing on the chat ways that you can volunteer to help in the sales process. So more to come next week on that, but I just wanted to, we do so much of this informally right now, and we're going to give everybody a chance to play a role. So that's all I have for today.
Okay, thanks. Anybody else? Okay. Have a great day, and we'll see you next Thursday.